Now, today, we had a Zoom call. There are 17 people in this room right now, but there were actually several others included. We're almost up to 25. We really missed Jeff Watts today, who couldn't make it. And I was super excited to see ladies. There's two ladies in the mix, so it's not perceived as an all men type of meeting. Now, the way I see it, these are leaders that are willing to stand up for drivers. They each have massive following where they come from. We had 3 people from Brazil today that'll join in on the April 1st protest, the No Fools, We Ain't No Fools protest. So we are growing it from the United States, Canada, and UK that we had on February the 14th. And I want to give a shout out here to Darragh Khosrowshahi, Tony Zhu, and David Risher. I will be touching down in San Francisco on March the 31st, and I intend to be in front of your headquarters with a lot of these people and calling you out, right? Calling you out, David Risher, right, about your 70% bullshit. Calling you out, Darragh Khosrowshahi, about we need to earn, we took drivers for granted, we need to earn their loyalty. I'll be asking you to come outside, right, on that day and explain to drivers how you are going to win our loyalty, because I haven't seen any increases in our earnings, right, since we protested. I haven't seen any safety standards introduced. In fact, I saw a couple of additional people die within the last month, and I've seen wrongful deactivations go to new record highs. And these type of people here that were in this Zoom meeting together, and we're all making a difference because we're all bringing in people. The people from Brazil represent 450,000 people in South America, right? So if you don't think we are banging the drums, we are showing you what we can do if we stick together and we protest not once, not twice, but multiple times, right? I just need to remind you, look who's threatening to leave. We're leaving Minneapolis. Excellent news, David Risher. I'm happy to hear you are leaving Minneapolis. Unfortunately, Uber has a little bit of a different message. They are going to try and still, they send out a different message. They are still going to try and convince us by May the 1st that we shouldn't get the minimum. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, these companies are fighting the minimum $15, right? But hear me out. They are going out there and boasting that drivers are earning $32 to $35 an hour, right? So if you're going out there, David Risher, I have you on camera. Darragh Khosrowshahi, I have you on camera. You're going out there saying drivers are making $30 to $35 an hour. So why, I ask you, why, David Risher and Darragh Khosrowshahi, were you not willing to pay the minimum 15? They were fighting this with this pathetic leader, Mayor Frey, and he got slapped down in a 10-3 ruling, right? The council spoke. And as we move city by city, if this duopoly, Uber and Lyft, don't want to play ball, we'll call them out. We'll organize the protests. We've started the movement. April 1st is bigger than February the 14th, No Love Valentine's Day. We have another one coming on May. We have the next one coming in June. We will also be supporting our brothers and sisters in Brazil. They're striking at the end of the month, right? And we'll grow this movement together. End of story. And by the way, quick shout out to Mark Ryden, right? Who's Mark Ryden? Well, I hobble around the house with these crutches. I've fractures in my knees and torn ligaments. And thank God my sponsor sent me several of these, right? So I strapped this onto my back, this beautiful bag, Mark Ryden. I put my laptop in, I put my books, and then I got my 2 legs, right? And that's how I hop around from the first floor to the second floor and get stuff done. That's how I'm staying on YouTube, by marching my equipment around the house thanks to Mark Ryden. So I promised to give them a shout out. They sent me a whole bunch of bags. The one thing as a YouTuber, you will notice you'll get approached 50 times a day. These people will always want to send you products. You got to pick and choose your products. You can't just accept shit. This, by the way, is ultra high quality. Good stuff. And I appreciate the team that sent me multiple bags. I'll be also using some for giveaways. Now, back to the companies, right? The people you have in front of you, I can tell you, tried and tested. They all have their muscle. They all have their clout. They all have their people, right? Each of these faces represents a lot of drivers out there, whether it's Chicago, whether it's Brazil, whether it was our friends from Canada, whether it was San Francisco, right? We had a lot of good people in the room. So the beautiful thing is you go rewind 2 weeks ago, right? There were maybe 5, 6 people. We're up to 25 generals in the house, and we were missing Jeff Watts. I hope that he will be there at the next one. What I love about Jeff is he is not afraid to confront. Now, I was really sad to not see Sergio, and I was rather surprised that he didn't want to show up as a general. I said, Sergio, you are a general. You need to be in this room, right? You're fighting for drivers, apparently. You need to be part of this movement. Now, prefer not to. I like to operate quietly on the outside. Okay. I will have to accept that because the invitation into this group was declined by Sergio, right? I invite other YouTubers, if there are any other YouTubers, any other social media influencers out there on this Friday afternoon. My email and my number are below. Indy, right? You wanted to hit me up. You wanted to be part of this meeting. You need to be part of the next meeting, right? Dave the Uber Slave, Kevin Entrepreneur, all of these, Dustin is driving, all of these wonderful people that have channels. Are you willing to amplify the voice? Because we need voices. We need to reach people. We need numbers at protests. We need to grow it. Just like we chose 3 countries for the first protest in February, which went viral, and that was the United States, Canada, and the UK. Now we have other countries in this general leadership meeting that are saying, you know what, we are joining the movement, right? So Rideshare Consultant, thank you, says, I want to be part of the next meeting. And I want you to be there, right? I want you to be there. So hit me up at my email, just say, here's Rideshare Consultant, and we'll have you in on the next meeting. Any other YouTubers, any people, Rideshare Rodeo, Steve, do you want to join in? The more channels we have, right? And I'm grateful to all of those that amplified the last movement. I want to remind every driver that has doubts, that says protests don't work, right? We did little individual protests here, city by city. That's great. And grassroots movements and organizing a second or a third or a fourth protest, for example, like they did in Minneapolis, leads to results, right? Multiple protests leads to results. So be relentless, don't stop. But for those naysayers that say that protests don't work, I'll tell you why it works. Because we have something called the court of the public opinion, right? When these people push out the message, you're not paying us, you're not keeping us safe, you are wrongfully deactivating us for bullshit reasons, right? When we are using the media and the TVs, as we effectively did on Valentine's Day, right? The public is listening, and there is nothing, and I quote Chris and Sergio here, there is nothing that Uber and Lyft and these companies hate more than when we connect with the public, right? With citizens of our country, citizens of the UK, citizens of Canada, see on the camera and see on TV or read in the newspaper or read on social media or read in blogs, hey, what are these guys doing? Why are they protesting? Oh, there must be something going on. Uber and Lyft don't like that. So this is why the movement will continue. This is why we will amplify our voices. This is why more people are rising up. I mean, we literally have a commitment from 450,000 people in South America. The Stop Club, which is a cherry, Canada in the house, I love it, which is a cherry picking platform in South America to get drivers more money. Stop Club. We're going to help them roll out in the United States, right? They're the same people, the same breed as us, right? We're fighting the same cause. They are up against low earnings. They're up against daily, the GoFundMe will happen, Rideshare Consultant. We want to get stickers out. We want to get posters out. We want to get more and more organized, right? And thank God we have people like Ivan and Caesar. Where are they? I see Caesar there. I see Ivan, who very, very good at organizing, right? I got to speak to this lady today, when they're telling us, okay, this is what's happening in our city. It's awesome to learn from others, right? Be respectful to one another. All of us people here in this room, not one is greater than the other. We all bring our qualities to the table, right? I'm a mouthpiece. She's an organizer. He's founded another company called Fair, right? So we each bring our strengths to the table and we amplify the movement. Now I am happy to see this, right? I'm happy to see these mixed messages because both of these companies in Minneapolis, for example, the councilmen, the legislators got involved. They knew these people were protesting at the Capitol, at their doors, bringing them into the TVs, bringing them in front of reporters and saying, hey, why are you not paying us the minimum, right? Uber and Lyft over there are shouting, oh, drivers are making $30 to $35 an hour. Well documented on Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, etc., Fortune, all of these blogs, right? Oh, their drivers are making 32 to 35. They're playing it all over the show. Drivers around the country are making 32 to 35. And then they are not even willing to sign off on the minimum in Minneapolis, which is $15. So something is fundamentally flawed when you're pushing out 32 to 35, but you have big problems. You have massive problems approving 15, which is the minimum, right? And that's why I say the state has to get involved. The state has to at least get involved to enforce the minimum, right? I agree that less government mixes into our affairs, it's better. But here, the government needs to at least enforce the minimums. There's a minimum in California, whatever, $20. There's a minimum in Minneapolis, right? Enforce the minimums, right? Enforce the minimums. Gigit, I hope that the gentleman who sent me the merchandise, I hope that you come and join this group, right? Right? Because we're all gig entrepreneurs, right? So I want to see this leadership. And by the way, we have 20 likes. We have 83 people in the house. You know, and this little thing here is called a like, thumbs up. Better than that, right? But hit us up with a couple of likes would be great, because the more likes we get of the video, the more it goes viral. And again, thanks to every single one of these individuals. Some of them, I arrived, unfortunately, in the meeting like 15 minutes late. I twisted my leg and my ligaments were, I can't even tell you. I was literally crawling to the TV. You know, I was crawling with my laptop in the back and my crutches to get onto that Zoom call. Just flinching like a... but I'm in there and I meet new faces and they introduce themselves and they let me know what they're standing for. And they're all goats, right? Mario City, they're all goats, right? They're all willing to flex. They're all willing, see? They're all willing to join in and amplify your voice. That's a beautiful thing, my friends, because a lot of the drivers out there, a lot of the people that are watching the video right now, a lot of the people that will be coming in and watching this live stream, right? It's frustrating when you don't have a voice. Or what am I going to do as an individual driver? I can tweet here and there. I can maybe make a video. But when you suddenly have social media influencers, meeting with organizations, meeting with unions, meeting with associations, meeting with representatives, right? You have people that care for you and you have people that carry your message. I am so sick and tired of the poor earnings in my city. Thank you. Help me amplify my voice. I am so sick and tired of these carjackings and murders in Chicago. Thank you for amplifying my voice, right? So this is what's important. I appreciate you. We Zoom in the house, baby. There it is. We Zoom. Smash the likes. It doesn't cost you a penny. Love you, my brother. Appreciate you. And everyone, they got Lost Lakers in the house, got Mario Cedillo, got the Rideshare Consultant, right? You got Dashing Trader in the house. Ron Hubbard, Tampa, Florida. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. So gratitude. I always carry this thing around, and this I also carry in my bag when I go down. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and blessed to have all of you 86 people in my channel, right? Because we share a lot in common. Not only are we brothers and sisters, we're extended rideshare or extended gig family, but, you know, we have bills to pay. We got to put food on the table. We got rent to pay. And then when you have guys over there like David Risher, hunting his he's trying to get his $900 million bonus, right? And you have a guy like Dara Khosrowshahi, he is almost at his $135 million bonus on the backs of the drivers. Amen. I don't tolerate that, right? And that's why, like, when I spoke to this group today, have no fear. What do we have to lose? We have nothing to lose. They're already paying us nothing. They're not keeping us safe. Anytime, any city, somebody could get shot. What do we have to lose? We have nothing to lose, right? That is how Ricky Ramos in the house. That is why on April the 1st, I want to stand with my San Francisco brothers. There were 3 in the house today. Him, and him. I want to stand strong with him in that convoy, right? And we are going to drive. I hope my son can join me. My son who's up studying in Berkeley. I hope he can drive me and I can film, and then I can get out of the car with my crutches and my bullhorn, and I will call you out, Dara. And the one thing I can assure you, Dara and David Risher, right? I know how to get the media pumped up. I know how to connect with the public. Believe me, I will deliver for you a masterpiece on April the 1st when it comes to connecting with the public. When we show the pictures of the drivers that were killed, when we show those $2 earnings, right? And we have all these posters behind us, we will connect with the public, and the public will understand what we are facing. We are facing corrupt CEOs, corrupt executives, corrupt investors that only think about themselves, right? And there's 6 million other people in there driving in the wheelbarrows of cash, right? Oh yeah, bring in that cash, baby. Bring us the cash. We gotta pay us bonuses. Oh yeah, bring us the cash. No, things have changed in 2024. There's been a shift. There's been a shift. We have waited a long time. We were nice in 2023. 2024, we are not nice anymore. We're no longer nice. We say no to the abuse. No. Absolutely no. Not going to put up with it. And here you have a family of people that want to lead and a family of gig workers, call them gig leaders, call them gig generals, that want to represent you. And I invite in more, right? I invite in more YouTubers. If you have the heart, if you have the soul, if you have no fear, stand up with us, right? Our net income is less than half the minimum wage. Thank you, says T. Christy says 100%. Have no fear, my friends. What do we have to lose, right? You might have committed to a Honda Civic or a Camry, and you're just looking over the last 3 years what's happening to your pay, and you're saying to yourself, shit, can I even make these payments? Can I survive on a couple of $100 per week? That's what I'm saying. If they threaten to leave. David Risher, you said you would leave by April the 1st. You changed it to May the 1st. You've come out now with a message. A lot of threats built in here, by the way. A lot of threats in this message. The typical threats, right? David Risher. And I've been told by one or two of these people that Sergio actually met with David Risher yesterday, right? Thursday. Sergio, come out and explain to us what you guys discussed. Did you guys talk about the poor earnings? Did you talk about Minneapolis? Why are these meetings taking place? Right? What the fuck is going on there? Just be truthful. If you want to be truthful, you got to be truthful to yourself first. Ben and Breakfast, I like it. Ben and Breakfast, like bed and breakfast. I love. I found your channel recently. Thank you for everything you do. I'm getting my operating authority and planning on partnering with local restaurants to bypass the apps completely. I'll be getting your course soon. And however I can help you, right? You're on the right track. You're 100% on the right track, and you're doing the right thing. You're an entrepreneur, and you're willing to take a tiny little bit of a risk. And that risk is not big, my friend. You have friends in your corner. So you text me, ask me. I'll gladly assist you. I'll gladly make a video for you, right? If Ben and Breakfast, if you come out with your YouTube channel or you launch your little business there, come to me. I want to amplify you, and I say thank you. I appreciate you, right? And again, back to David Risher, right? David Risher, firstly, I had an agreement with your company. You had an agreement to settle my lawsuit. Uber's already settled. I got to hand this to Uber. Their attorney settled my lawsuit, and it was not a small amount. Remember, I opted out of every single agreement, out of every arbitration from day one. So I was able to take them to Superior Court. I was able to bring a case against them over $25,000. I brought a $900,000 case against Uber, and they settled. Lyft, David Risher, I will tell you, I will run your company into the ground, because the one thing you did, right, he got this assistant to work with their legal team, and they agreed with me on a number. They agreed, that's the amount, we'll settle. And then he reneged that. That was a big, big mistake, David Risher, right? You have an animal, you have a beast, you have a fucking lion fighting against you. And when I call you out on the April 1st, when we come with that convoy of 500 cars to Lyft, and I engage the media, I will call you out by name, how you have let drivers down. And I will connect with the riders. I will get the sympathy for the riders, because I'll say to riders, how much have your trips gone up in the last 2 years? And I'll show those riders, right, what they are charging the riders and what drivers are getting. And I'll say, Mr. Risher, you say that drivers are getting 70%. Stop bullshitting the public. Stop bullshitting the riders. Stop bullshitting the people that are making you the money. I'll use exactly those words, and I will be calling you out. I fucking hope you have the courage to come out of that building and talk to us face to face, right? We are coming with the tough questions, because we are sick and tired of your lies, your endless lies, your lies. Oh, they're making $32 to $35 an hour, national average. But we are not willing to pay. We are not willing to pay the minimum $15. The minimum wage you're not willing to pay in Minneapolis. We're leaving. You need to leave, right? That duopoly of Uber and Lyft need to leave. They have shown us in Austin, Texas. You know how many drivers I've spoken to in Austin, Texas? When Uber and Lyft pulled out of Austin, Texas, there were 5-6 companies ready landing. They were landing. They were ready to take over. They took over, and the drivers were, the riders still got their trips, and the drivers were making more money. And then later, Uber and Lyft came crawling back to Austin, Texas, begging to get back in. And the reason they got back in, because they just got that big bully, big money syndrome, right? We will kick you out city by city, and we will fill the void. I could name 10 companies right now, including the Fair Co-op, right? Revel's apparently out there. Empower's out there. InDrive just got $150 million funding, right? Rides. There are 10 companies. Alto, they're all willing and ready to fill your void. So get the hell out. Don't threaten that you're going to be going by April 1st. You move the bar to May the 1st. Get out on April the 1st. Leave, right? Drivers, you have to have the courage to kick them out. Let the market regulate themselves. The reason why the market is not regulated, the reason why the 10 smaller players can't share the pie, because you have a multi-billion-dollar duopoly destroying business, destroying the taxi drivers. Taxi drivers, stand up against Risha and Khosrowshahi. Shuttle drivers, stand up, right? Stand up like these people, right? Why are we going like this? Because we're flexing our muscles. We're coming. And they know we're coming. Lisa is in the house. Lisa Chandra says, push Uber and Lyft out of cities and out of business. Thank you. Solid Soul. Not to mention public transport. It's affordable. Thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that. Sixto Estrada. Leaving Lyft after 20,000 rides. I rather work for myself. Amen. Amen. Lisa says, scamming drivers as usual. Bighorn, Kev is in the house. Thanks to all the generals leading the way. We appreciate you, Bighorn. Victor Cambridge is in the house. It's horrible in Houston, Texas. It's dangerous and it's horrible. Insane Hot Sauce, what's up? I like the name, Insane Hot Sauce, right? Joseph Fontinia, I'm cutting back my work hours, right? So, sadly, as you see your earnings dwindle, right? Going down. Reality, right? Reality. I'm not making this up. It's going down. And then you're like reacting. You're like, oh my God, WTF. Look at my weekly earnings. Let me compare it to 2023. Let me compare it to 2022. I will guarantee you the graph looks like this. So what do drivers do? They go out there and they put in more hours. More driving. We have 111 people in the house. 111. May I ask you for this? It's called a like, please. The more likes, the more the video climbs in the algorithm, the more we can connect with the public, the more we can show Uber and Lyft, hey, you know what? We're coming, right? When you have a dream, when you have a vision, right? And any YouTube channel can change. I'm the first one to admit that my channel under Travis Kalanick, right? Kid you not, making about $150,000 to $200,000 a year just on referrals from Uber and Lyft. They called me the referral king. I proudly wore that hat because I brought thousands and thousands and thousands of drivers 10, 12 years ago into the system, and I was making money. But then as they started making the money, then they thought, okay, it's time to get a little bit more greedy. And what I've seen over the last 10 years, especially after Travis Kalanick left in 2019, we get this monster called Dara Khosrowshahi, who like exploits people, who abuses people through the algorithm. And my channel shifted. I'm like, what on earth is going on here, right? There was a complete transformation in my channel. I was approached to get a third company going called a Fair Co-op. And I said, yeah, we do actually need a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh player, right? Because when we get to shove them out of Minneapolis and that, I want to see 5, 6 companies pull in the very, very next day. And David Risha, why do you say you're pulling out of April the 1st and you shifted the bar till May the 1st? Leave on April the 1st. Go. We don't need you, right? There's enough players to fill the space. Let me mention some names cropping up in the media. Revo, Empower. InRide just got 150 million. Fair is ready, signed up 50,000 drivers. Rides, WRIDZ, right? All Alto, all of these companies are ready to fill the void. They don't stand a single chance fighting against the multi-billion-dollar duopoly called Uber and Lyft. But once out of the city, boy, do they rock and roll, because they have riders to move and they have enough drivers lined up, right? So let the competition play out. Let drivers get paid. When you have multiple people in the marketplace, the companies have to start paying the drivers better, right? Our pay goes up. But when you're running this as a duopoly where they are controlling everything, where they are paying 30 million or 210 million into the California system to control the outcome, when they're putting money into Massachusetts, when they're fighting Minneapolis and paying the governor to veto, paying the mayor to veto, right? They have all the money in the world, right? The little players are not able to play in the same pond. It's time to send them packing, right? And thank you to my sponsor who actually sent me this, right? This is my savior. I put this on my back. I put my laptop, my books. I get around like that. I've got my two legs, right? This is my left leg and my right leg here. And I hop around the house with my Mark Ryder bag. Helped me tremendously. That's shout out to my sponsor who sent me a ton of bags as giveaways. Fantastic. And by the way, I definitely know how to work the sponsors. If any YouTuber wants to know how to make a lot of money through sponsors, one of my big sponsors, loyal sponsors over the years, is Vantru. If anybody needs the Sonnet 1 Pro, I have many of them. You'll get it 50% less from me. Go out and find the price. If it's 300, you're getting it from 150 from me. I have plenty of these things. Joseph says, and Uber still tries to send up to New York and we can't work in New York. Makes no sense coming from JFK Airport. We have to pay for the tolls. Yeah, exactly. Matat says, I had an idea. I'm going to play these videos during rides to make riders aware. Appreciate you, my brother. Carlos Martinez in the house. They say that drivers make 33. There we go. You see, Carlos, I was saying this earlier. They say that drivers make 33 to 35 an hour plus tips, but refuse to pay $15 an hour in Minnesota. Precisely my argument. How does that make sense, right? How does that even make sense, right? Take your blinders off, politicians. You can't see this. This is why Mark Prescott's in the house. Thank you, my friend. Cruz is in the house. In the Life and Times of Desmond's in the house. Social Commentary is in the house. So, yeah. I mean, you're not willing to pay $15, which is the minimum. You're not willing to pay that, then you must leave. You must leave. There's the half cripple there with his, that's me down there with my, I hopped along before I got to the meeting. I actually twisted my leg on the frickin' stairs. I was like, damn! Those ligaments just like, no fun, right? But thank you to all of these people. And there were several more. We think we had about 22 people. Thank you to Edward. Thank you to Danny. Thank you to AJ. Thank you to the Brazilians. Thank you to Chicago. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, San Francisco. All these people standing up. Great. Salim from Washington, D.C. says, I would like to be part of the next meeting. Please share the link. Salim is an organizer in Washington, D.C. Absolutely, my friend. You'll be part. Anybody that wants to be part of this next leadership meeting and says, hey, you know what? I'm willing to do some social media work. I'm willing to make posters. Yeah, we want you on board, right? We want you on board. They will not pay the $15 an hour because they know that their drivers are making less. Exactly, insane. Exactly. And I love that the people have the courage to flex their muscles and say, hey, you know what? We'll work together. We'll work together on April the 1st. We no fools, right? We'll work together on May the 1st, May Day, which is a big day around the world, right? We'll work together, right? Because the one thing I can tell, I'm going to switch my hats. The one thing we are lacking, ladies and gentlemen, is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letter word, right? It's a really, really old cap that I have. Really, really, this thing is years and years. And I buy a lot of t-shirts and I buy a lot of caps. I love mixing it up. I love using my little props and my little crazy shit during my videos. I've got a ton of little props. I have my Cinco de Mayo one ready, right? My Cinco de Mayo hat. I have that ready. Let me put this on properly, right? I have a lot of different hats that I can wear. And sort of depending what the theme is, I'll switch out the hats. Today, it's money. Show me the money, right? And Sergio, come on board, dude. What's holding you back, Sergio? What is holding Sergio back for being in these meetings? I can understand Harry has got his channel and he can't be there. He's got bigger fish to fry. But what is holding? Jeff was there. What is holding Sergio back? Get into these meetings and start flexing your muscles, right? Now, I do have massive, massive gratitude to Sergio. He certainly knows a lot of media people. And he pulled his contacts big time for us Valentines. So we salute him, we thank him. But Sergio, I would really love to see your picture fill this void, right? Stand strong like the silverback gorilla. Pound your chest. Slap them in the face, right? April 1st, we're coming, baby. We're coming. April 1st, we're coming to San Francisco. San Francisco to show us the money. Show us the money, right? So, 110 people in the house. I want to give you a nice round of applause. May the weekend start, whether you're working tonight, whether you're taking the day off. I would love to. I would have loved to have worked. I have so many bookings, and because I cannot work, because I'm out of commission, I can't even pick up suitcases or luggage, right? I have to sadly hand my frickin' trips, all my bookings. I have bookings right through till October 2024. I have to hand them over to my backup drivers. My one backup driver made $15,000 in the last 30 days, picking up my private clients, right? Money that didn't end up in my account. Well, I do get 15% referrals from each trip, so that is something. Who knows, maybe Sergio was bought. I don't know. I don't think Sergio is bought. I don't know. I'm not. I would ask the question about Harry Campbell. I meet Harry Campbell. He's a friend. But to me, Harry is just playing it too safe. I would tell Harry that as a friend straight to his face. We can be friends and differ on our opinion, but they could do so much more, right? They have 170,000 followers. They can do more. I know they can do more, right? You have 3 people in here, ladies and gentlemen. 3 people in this room that represent 456,000 members in South America, Mexico City, Brazil, etc. They were in the room today. So once we start knocking and in South America and doing protests there, oh yeah, they will understand. David's in the house. Hey, Lyft in Phoenix is so bad for spring training. Need to go keep up the work. Thank you. Carlos Martinez, April 1st, stand up, Gig United. That's it. Boy, are we coming loud and strong, not just UK, not just Canada and the United States, but we have other get ready, Uber and Lyft. We have other countries joining. So David, thank you. My friends, As we go out, as we start the weekend, it's a Friday afternoon. In Cali, it's 5:45, right? As we start the weekend, right? Beautiful weather. It's going to be 70s in California, right? Whether you are working tonight, whether you are kicking back or chilling tonight, whether you're taking the lady out or your husband, you're going for dinner or to the movies. God bless you all. Have a safe weekend, right? Always be on the lookout. Don't make silly mistakes out there. Solid says, I didn't like how Sergio spoke to my colleague. She's a driver. He belittled her in front of many people. Yeah, that's not cool. Sergio, that is not cool. We're better than that. We're better than that, right? So please be safe out there. Keep those windows up. Make sure the face of the profile matches up. If there's something off, if you don't feel right, leave the scene. You can leave the people stranded there. If you feel that something is off, right? I showed you that video yesterday the driver sent me. He said, dude, the guy was jacking off in my car in the dark. And then I saw what was going on. I reached back. I said, what the hell are you doing? Switched on the lights. The guy's got his pants down with his dick in the hand, jerking off. What type of people are you putting in our fucking cars, Uber and Lyft? Freaks of nature, right? Still, David Risher, still Dara Koshashaw. You have promised this for years. Where's the real ID? Where's the real face? Can we please see a real name? I don't want to see slutty ghetto girl or Prince or, you know, emojis that of people. No, we don't need those people. Just show us real, authentic people that match the profile. Not third-party bullshit, not fake names. Show the real deal needs to be in our car, not people jerking off in the back of our vehicle. Andrew's in the house. I mean, I'm not making this up, dude. I am not making this up. I'm not making this up, my friends. There's the driver. You can see something's going on. He's like, what are you doing in the back? Switch on the light. Switches on the light. Look, there's the guy with his pants down, jerking off. Pulls his pants up. This is what we have in our car, David Risher. This is what you're putting in our car. Sick individuals, pedophiles, people jerking off in our car. And then they say at Uber and Lyft CEO say, yo, we've been out there driving. We understand the drivers and the business. We can relate. No, you haven't driven around and had somebody jerking off in the back of your car, Risha. You haven't driven in certain neighbors of Chicago, David Risha or Koshashawi. So then how dare you ever say we understand what you are going through. We were out there. We did deliveries. We did rides. You know nothing. They know nothing about the game. Nothing. They are not on street level. They are not street people. They're entitled. They're greedy. Just because they have a hot degree, right? I feel sorry for these people that have to spend $2 million on security. I truly feel sorry for Dara Koshashawi's children and wife when they have to wander around with $2 million of security because the man is so hated. You're putting your kids in jeopardy. You're putting your wife and your family in jeopardy because of what you're doing in the outside world to people. You are screwing over people's lives, and you actually have to hire $2 million of security, Dara Koshashawi. I hope his wife, or I hope Dara is listening, or I hope some executives at Uber are listening, right? You got to spend that type of money to go around and keep yourself safe. What a shit life, right? You're standing to make $135 million, but you cannot even go out onto the streets because people hate you, right? What a lifestyle is that, ladies and gentlemen? What type of lifestyle are you subjecting your kids? And by the way, true little story about Dara Khosrowshahi. He left his kids from his first marriage. He turned his back on them. He wouldn't even pay the basics for his first kids. So your blood, Dara Khosrowshahi. You walked away from those children, started another family with Sydney, right? But you can't go out there unless you have armed guards around you all the time. What type of a lifestyle? What are you doing to your children and your wife? What are you subjecting them to, right? Because you're going out there making decisions of fucking people over every single day. I would hate to have that lifestyle. Look, I'm always armed to the T. Always got my toys with me. Got 2 Glocks. Always. Trained from the age of 18. Trained in that field, right? I don't want to have any fucking nutcase on my ass, but imagine Dara Khosrowshahi. He cannot even go out into the subways of New York. Got all his security with him. Same as Elon Musk, got all his security with him. Same as Jeff Bezos, got an army of security. They got all the money in the world, but they always, who's behind my back? What is potentially going on there? Cannot be fun. Cannot be fun, my friends. It cannot be fun, right? Rather have a normal life and be able to breathe the air, walk around, not having to fear and watch my back. I know that. I lived in Europe. I lived in South Africa. South Africa is the wild, wild west. Most dangerous, for me, the most dangerous country I've ever lived in. Always 360, always security, always bulletproof vests, always bulletproof baseball hats. I mean, always armed to the T. It's not a lifestyle. That's why I left that. It's not a lifestyle. You need to enjoy life. You need to be able to enjoy your children. You need to be able to go out, have dinner, and not constantly have to fucking look over your back. There's so much fear as we get into our office, our cars, and we drive around. Who's in the car? What are they doing in the backseat? Why is the guy wearing a hoodie? Could this guy be? Could this person be? I mean, that anxiety. You relate to that anxiety, right, that takes place in your vehicle, especially people pushing the night shift from 8, 9 p.m. till 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning. Most dangerous hours. So much anxiety. Yeah. I salute you all. I thank you all. I'm on the bottom floor now. I have to go up 2 flights of stairs. I will grab my sponsor, Mark Ryden. I'll grab the bag. I'll put the laptop and the books in. I'll put it on my back, and I will head back upstairs, right? Because I need some mangiare. I'm hungry, right? I need to get myself some chicken or some sandwiches going. God bless you all. And again, if you want to be in 2 weeks' time, if you want to be in this, if you want to meet good people, if you are the same type of breed as these individuals with zero fear and you have something to contribute, hey, I can make posters, I can do social media, or I have a YouTube channel, or I work, I'm a representative of a union, association, organization, I want to be part of this movement. You are invited. The doors are open to you if you are pushing for change. Change, numero uno, die Nummer eins, in français, numero un, right? In Dutch, die Nummer één, right? Number 1 is money. Pay us, for fuck's sakes. Excuse my French. I didn't say that, did I? I didn't say that. Pay us. Pay us. Number 2, keep us safe. Make sure we don't have freaks, pedophiles, and carjackers in our cars. Please, right? Number 3, stop those BS wrongful deactivations, because what you're doing is you're changing a person's lifestyle overnight. Stress levels go through the roof. Possible suicide, blah, blah, blah. Wrongful deactivations are wrong. As the word says, W-R-O-N-G. They are wrong. They are fabricated, stupid excuses by a rider to save money and throw a driver under a bus. We discussed that in length today. In length. We were discussing money, safety, and wrongful deact. Indy, I needed you there today, honey. Indy, next time you're there, pushing for change. I need you in there. Indy said she wanted to be part of that. I gave you the invite. You have my email. Salim, Washington, D.C., you're in next time. Rideshare Consultant, you're in the next group, right? Just hit me up by email. We'll get you on that list. We keep it tight. This is a tight group representing a lot of people. Please speak to the fraudulent misreporting of drivers' incomes on the IRS 1099 forms. Good one. So it says 10 to 12 hours gets you $220 in Dallas. It's a lot of driving, dude. It's a lot of driving. It's a lot of driving. Have fun, everyone. Be safe. Enjoy time or create some quality time with your family. Do something nice this weekend. Lots of hugs from California. Appreciate you all being here. On the way out, if there's anyone that hasn't hit the like button, Tiger Meg is in the house. Meg Perone. Love you, girl. Always good to see your name. Appreciate you. Chris D is in the house. Rockford. Yeah, we've got a lot of ladies in the house. We all had 2 ladies in the meeting. I love it. Meg, you need to come in. You need to be part of this team. Indy and Meg need to be in there. Later, alligator. Uber is trash now. Stay healthy. Thank you, Joel. Stay healthy, everyone. Love you too, sweetheart. You're great. Absolutely. Good friend. Good friend. Tiger Meg 816 in the house. Good people that I've known for many, many, many years, right? I mean, the shit hit the fan where she is, I'd be down there because she's a friend. I've got that bond. Doesn't matter where she is, got that bond, right? You have that bond. It's like brothers and sisters, extended family. Meg knows what I'm talking about. Husman Samuel in the house, currently driving in Japan. Awesome, man. You're in Japan. Shout out to Japan. $8 in 2 hours. Ouch. $4 an hour. Oh. No. Japanese, don't commit harakiri there, right? Husman is driving in Japan, made $8 in 2 hours. Oh my God. Oh my God. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. That ain't money. That's $4 an hour. That ain't money. Japan, what's up there, dude? You know, flag, the rising sun, that big red, the white flag with the rising sun. I thought that stood for hope. Japan, pay your people, man. Columbia numbers. Japan, rise up, dude. We organize in Japan, right? Join the movement. Organize a protest. Pamela is in the house. Thank you, Pamela. I over LA. I over LA. The gig machine, aka GDA. Let me in now. Yeah. Well, we're not in the room right now. We had the meeting, but if you want to be in the next meeting, right, in 2 weeks' time, if you want your fake, I'm going to make another. We're going to be more people in that room. And there's going to be another video just like this in 12, 13 days time. So if you want to be in there, you get to introduce yourself, tell the people what you're doing. Yardman Fishing America, I like that. I did 5 hours today and made $29. That's $6 an hour. Seriously, Dara Koshashawi, you're paying your... Here's the funny thing, right? They're out there spewing, $32, right? $35 an hour. Now, I've been thinking about this. I got to share something with you, right? I got to share something with you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There's something that I need to share with the people. I have a screenshot. I hope and pray I still have it. Gosh, I'm missing it right now. Where is it? Anyways, long story short, they're out there telling the people or telling the news stations, Risha and Koshashawi, that drivers are making $32 to $35 an hour. When reality is the driver just did 5 hours and make $6 per hour. They barely made $29. The person in Japan just did 2 hours, made $8. Where's that $32? And then, shame on them in Minneapolis, they're fighting the minimum wage. The minimum wage is $15. No, we don't want to pay that. Sharpen your skills permanently. Opt out of the chains of these apps by dealing with them, city by city. Thank you. Mr. Abuyami, what does he say? Mr. Abuyami says, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Get better. Do not accept rides below 10. I like that. Yeah, don't eat the chicken feed. Don't eat the crumbs. Terry Matthews is in the house. Cleveland, Ohio, representing. Shout out to Ohio. Don't take the crumbs, right? Cherry picking, is cherry picking still easy? No. I mean, it's more like dumpster diving, right? You're diving into the dumpster, going through all the trash. Oh, I found something here. Black Cat's in the house. George Bias is in the house. Yeah, but why are they coming out announcing $32 to $35 an hour? Seriously, why are they announcing that? Right? Why are they announcing that? So what I want to, I don't know, maybe people have a little bit of more information about this. They apparently, and we've made videos, there's a lot, apparently there's a Chinese app where they've hacked into the system because Uber has Didi in China, right? So they are connected. And there's a Chinese app, and I get the screenshots every day. This individual made over $30,000. $30,000 last month, right? Now, these could be Photoshops, but there are a lot of people that's swearing on this, right? At the airports, they have the scam going. So let's just say you are making, let's just pretend you are making $30,000, right? Maybe then Uber and Lyft can actually cover their ass and say, oh, drivers are making 32 to 35. We're not lying. They're not telling you that maybe they are illegal apps or legal hacks, right? But they can back it up. Maybe they can back it up with this bullshit, because this individual apparently just made $30,000 last month, right? And I don't know, unless all of these are photoshopped. I am seeing this. This is the app. And they hack in through Didi. In LA, these guys are making $4,000 to $6,000 a week, $30,000 a month. So maybe that's why Dara and David Risher and Dara Khosrowshahi going around and saying, yeah, drivers you can make up to $35 an hour. Yeah, if you use this illegal app from China. I'm just saying, to cover their ass, that could be their excuse, right? Could be, you never know. But reality is, in Minneapolis, what are they fighting for? Oh, we got DC Hustlers in the house, working the ACC tournament tonight. I'm working big hours, then shutting it down until DC United plays Inter Miami tomorrow. No Messi though. Awesome. I hope, it sounds like you have it all figured out. DC Hustlers, you have it all figured out this weekend. You're going to have a great soccer. I am looking forward to the Champions League. There are 8 teams left. Arsenal against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich is my team. Real Madrid against Manchester City. PSG France against Barcelona. And Atletico Madrid against Dortmund. So meaning in the final 8 of the Champions League, if anybody likes soccer, is a big fan like I am, you have 2 German teams, Bayern Munich and Dortmund. You have 3 Spanish teams, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Real Madrid. You have 1 French team, PSG, and you have 1 English team, Arsenal. All I know is that my team is going to kick, Bayern Munich is going to kick Arsenal's ass on April the 9th. And I hope you enjoy your Inter Miami. David Beckham is a genius. He bought Suarez, he bought Messi, he bought all these players, and he created a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. Smart guy. Got to hand it to him, right? Smart. I like the business side of it. I like how people put things together and make things happen. Saudis are trying that in the boxing world, throwing $50 to $100 million at boxers, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, staging big fights in Saudi Arabia, buying soccer players like Cristiano. So money, the people follow the money, right? Cristiano Ronaldo gets $350 to $400 million from the Saudis. Oh, guess what? I'm going to go play money for the Saudis. Next World Cup is in Toronto. Thank you. Now, I'm a big rugby fan through and through. And I can tell you one thing, when it comes to the real rough sports, the South Africans show up, right? They won the World Cup the most times. UFC, if you watch, South African beat the guy, the American. Tough son of a bitches. Tough son of a bitches. But sports, I hope everyone is passionate about some sports. Maybe you are passionate about curling or ice skating. It doesn't matter. As long as you're passionate about something. I think sports is important. I think especially sports is important for kids, right? Especially in the school days, teaches them teamwork, teaches them how to work together as groups, whether it's basketball, water polo, whether it's soccer, whether it's American football. It's a team sport. It teaches kids a lot. So I'm all for sports. I love sports. I love a variety of sports. Maybe when you get a second, you could share, like, what are you passionate about? Which sports? Eminem is in the house. They are the ones making $35 an hour, and they claim we are. Exactly. Well, they're making more. Those executives are making more than $35 an hour. Get well, says Paris. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to go and do my little hop along Cassidy thing. I'm going to go up 2 flights of stairs. Spoken enough here. I think I had a video coming out at 6 p.m. That's already overwritten. So what I do, by the way, is I come down into my studio. I line up SAS Inspections LLC. I like that, SAS Inspections LLC. I usually come down, spend 2 hours, make multiple videos, and then I just set them up, right? So videos coming out 9 o'clock tonight, videos coming out at 6 a.m. Here's the question. Are we protesting April the 1st, baby? We ain't no fools. Valentine's Day was no love. April the 1st, no fools. And we got May Day coming up. We have another one in June. And then we have July the 4th, the biggest one of all. And July the 4th, I'm going to be pulling all the cards, meaning all the countries involved, right? Independence Day. Obviously a big day in the United States, but we're going to ask all of our brothers and sisters to celebrate with us on July the 4th, right? We need to show these people who the players are, right? We are the independent contractors, but you're not treating as us such as independent contractors. And as long as you want to play your little games, Darryl Koshashawi, David Risher, all I can say is get ready. OMG, WTF. What just hit me there on April the 1st? What just hit me on May the 1st? Ooh, geez, like what just hit me on July the 4th? Oh, yeah. A protest that got bigger. So hit the like button. We have 119. I know we can get this up to 125. We got 119, 119. Anybody for 120? We got a bidding system going. Anybody want 119, 119? Anybody for 120? Can we please have 120? Let's get it up to 125 so I can start my weekend. I need 5 or 4, por favor. 5 bitte. We're on 120. Yes. Keep it going. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Go to 120. Go to 121. Anybody for 121? We got 122. Yeah! I'm getting there. I want to get to 125. And then I will shut up. Right? I will shut up. I will stop talking. I know I talk a lot, but I will shut up for you guys. We're on 124. Uno, por favor. Eins, bitte. Un, s'il vous plaît. Ian, asseblief. One more. We're on 124. Don't take them away. Don't take away. We're on 125. Yeah! That's the way I like it. Yardman Fishing America in the house. 127. Damn! Mighty fine. 127 likes. Mighty fine. Mighty fine. 128. Still rising, man. That's, you see, the way these likes are going up, that's what should be happening to our pay, right? It should be going up. 129. It should be going up. This is why we have to fight. This is why we have to get together and unfortunately slap them up. South Africa, we call it a puss clap. P-O-E-S-K-L-A-P. This is a puss clap. You give somebody a puss clap, and if you hit him hard enough, if you hit the biggest guy on the ear hard enough, they will fall. A 6.3 foot, a 6'3" guy, I've slapped guys 6'5" on the ear. They fall down because you break their equilibrium. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever are confronted and you want to get yourself, just aim for the ear. Slap them as hard as you can on the ear. The guy will drop, especially to the girls. If somebody tries to choke you or hold you, abuse you, slap them on the ear as hard as you can. Connect right there. Boom! One way to the ground. Love you all. 77 people in the house, 131. I was aiming for 125. Again, better pay, better safety, and end wrongful deactivations. I'm going to leave you with those three things this weekend. Better pay, better safety, end wrongful deactivations. Good night, everyone. Have a fantastic weekend. Do something special. Take your kids out. Take your wife out. Go for dinner. Go to the movies. Go for a walk. Go for a hike. Do something healthy. Cook up a nice T-bone steak. Make a salad. Bring some quality life. Some quality hours in your life. Don't ever forget that. It's not just about working around the clock, my friends. Let's do something special this weekend. God bless you all. I appreciate you. Good night.